Dangerous love. Jonathan watched me from a far distance as I was in the heart of a quaint, green garden, where colorful butterflies sucked the nectar of lovely fresh flowers. I waved at him and he waved back, and that made me smile and bite my lips. Our love bloomed as pure as the dewdrops on the morning leaves, and that consumed my mind every passing second. I was too selfish and dangerous for him, and I was sure our love was going to be our downfall someday. This was a very big mistake, for I kept his life in danger, but his love towards me was like a hot flame that could not be extinguished and was always ready to go extra miles for me. As the whispers of danger grew louder and the shadows of my past threatened to engulf me, I realized that all the lies have said will destroy the beautiful love we cultivated for about a year now. Around I acted with his emotions like a fragile glass, afraid that one wrong move would shatter whatever we both cherished the most. I told him I had no parents or siblings, I was the only child whose parents died, and that I was taken care of by my grandmother, who also passed away after I finished high school. He knew I inherited my parents' and grandparents' wealth and that I did not complete my college. This was all the made-up stories he had to know to avoid asking a lot of questions. Deep down I knew he was not satisfied with my stories, so sometimes I made up more stories about my childhood for him to believe me. He liked talking a lot about his family, one which I knew better than he did, and I had to act like it was all new to my ears. His mother was a leader of a drug-dealing company, which he was unaware about. His parents were always busy, often disappearing for hours or even days at times, leaving him and the other siblings to wonder where they went. They seemed to have an endless supply of cash and big mansions, yet their jobs remained a mystery. Their behavior was erratic, sometimes overly secretive, and they always seemed on edge when certain visitors came around. Sometimes I felt like telling him what his family did to mine, but I held back because he couldn't believe me. He always insisted on introducing me to his family, but I constantly had excuses. Summoning my courage, I decided to put the fear away and embrace life's unpredictability and find joy even in the face of danger. I embarked on a journey of little trust and lies. Yes, I know, but I had to continue with the lies or my small world would be destroyed. At first I was afraid that my father was watching us from a distance, for he had eyes watching everywhere and ears listening to everything. After a while I became so comfortable and abandoned the mission I was there for. We became the epitome of a perfect couple, walking hand in hand, visiting different beaches and clubs. Lighting fire using woods and watching and counting the stars. Telling each other the embarrassing moments of our life and dreams. Other times we danced in the rain, our laughter mingling with the rhythm of the storm. Life became good until one fateful night, as we sat in Westham Club sipping wine and listening to the pulsating beat of the music, I froze as I heard my name called out from across the room. My heart skipped a beat, my breath caught in my throat, as I turned to see a familiar face from my past making their way towards us through the crowd. Every step echoes with the weight of impending doom, as he drew nearer to complete the dark purpose left unfulfilled. And for once I became afraid of a man I called my father some years back. He looked furious, ready to fight anyone who could try stopping him from finishing what I could not do. He called me all the abusive names you can imagine pushed me to the side, and I lost my balance, hitting the ground so hard. At that moment he did not care if I was his child, he did not care that people were watching him. I was just a disgrace to him, and I could not blame him for being mad at me. A child who fell in love with someone whose parents killed their mother. What was I expecting anyways? I tried reasoning with him, but his intentions was clear. He wanted to hurt Jonathan's family just as his parents did to mine. Without warning, a gunshot shattered the night, stealing his life and leaving me with shattered dreams and a heart filled with grief.